Fazali for introducing me, and very warm greetings to everybody here, all the guests and members alike. I am Atul. I will be the Toastmaster of the day for today, and the theme is questioning the science. So some days ago, I was going through my Twitter feed. By the way, I use Twitter a lot. So I was going through my Twitter feed, and I saw something very surprising and disturbing at the same time. I saw an ad of a cigarette from 1930s. It said that according to national surveys, every doctor recommended Camel cigarette. It was very disturbing at the same time that it is written that doctors were recommending cigarettes in 1930s. Tagline below it was written that we asked each and every doctor from all the different fields, and they all said that the Camel was the best brand. I tried to check the authenticity of it. I googled, and to my surprise, I got a bigger surprise. There was an ad from Lloyd Manufacturing Company from 1930s again, and it was written that cocaine aids in dropping toothaches. So I was like shocked. Like these are the things that we have been following. People would have been following at that time. Now the thing that comes to our mind is that where does this all truth come from? Like how can we say that what is the truth and how do we differentiate which is the reliable source? So the thing which is happening right now is that we have made the modern science to be the sole bearer of truth. But if we take time to contemplate about this, and if we take time to think upon the facts that and acknowledge it, what I have acknowledged is that we cannot make the modern science as the sole bearer of truth. We cannot rely upon them. So this knowledge which has become a paradigm of some particular set of industries or infrastructures created over the time, they all need to be broken, and they can be broken by when the truth slips down into common peoples. Now how does that will happen? So a part of the solution was formulated about 117 years ago when Toastmasters International was founded by Ralph Smedley, who formulated this and so that every person can enhance their speaking ability and communicating ideas to people. And so when the common people who are the real bearers of truth, because they want the right things to happen to them, and if they can effectively communicate the ideas to everybody out there, it can definitely be done. So kudos to Toastmasters International and a big round of applause. I would also request everybody, whenever someone comes onto the stage, to give a big round of applause to them, as well as I would request everybody who comes onto the stage to speak a little bit about the theme of the theme which is declared today. Now coming on to the structure of the meeting that is going to happen today. So there are 3 sessions in today's meeting. One is the prepared speech, second is the table topic session, and the third will be the general evaluation. So in the prepared speech, we will have a speech the speaker will deliver this speech based on the project and the pathways they have decided. In the table topic session, which is very important one and the scariest one, we get a chance to improve upon our thinking on feet and practice that speaking on our feet. And at the end, all the aspects of the session will be evaluated by the general evaluator. So to facilitate all this happening, we need some facilitators, and we have those facilitators. And to start with, we have someone to track the time spent by each speaker, and we hired an IT professional to do this. So because it's a tedious task, we needed an IT professional. So please welcome on to the stage Toastmaster Anil.
Good morning everyone, myself Anil. I am your timer today. So as a timer, my role is to monitor the time taken by each speaker, and will be displaying these cards at the appropriate times. So I will be displaying green card to signal the qualifying time, green card, and yellow card I will be displaying to signal the target time, and this red card for the maximum time. I hope everyone are aware of the specified times for each format of the speech. So if you are not aware, I can explain here. For prepared speaker, the time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes, and for table topics it is 1 to 2 minutes, and for the speech evaluation it is 2 to 3 minutes. And one more thing I would like to inform: if you speak less than 30 seconds of the minimum time or more than 30 seconds of the maximum time, so you will be marked as disqualified. So all the best for the speakers. Thank you.
So, to track the not so good usage and the good usage of the grammar for today, we have someone who has been developing mobile games from last few years. Please welcome Toastmaster Kaushika.
I'll be the grammarian for today. I'll be monitoring all your speeches and figuring out the good usages of words and phrases or any idioms you use. At the end of the meeting, I'll give you my report. So today, as a grammarian, I'll be introducing the word of the day, and the word of the day is nonchalant. It is derived from a French. It's actually a French. It's derived from the French word, and it means being calm, not being anxious, and like showing a relaxed feel. Like you're not being over enthusiastic, or you're just being relaxed. So, for example, you could say like, even though I had a very heated argument with my friend, I appeared nonchalant. So even though you're not agreeing or you're having a heated argument, you're just showing a very calm feel. So that's the word of the day, and I encourage all the participants to use it.
Now to track the R's and M's that we generally do when we speak, and we cannot speak very frequently. So to track that, we have someone who has a very different take on the topic. Today I asked him a question about today's topic, and he said that actually science is not the right word to dictate. The right word is consciousness. Can you please elaborate on this? Please welcome on to this stage Toastmaster Prasid.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today I will be playing the role of an R counter. And as an R counter, there are basically 3 jobs I will be performing. I will be listening to your speech and counting the number of R, ums in your speeches, which are basically the filler words, and also the crutch words or the repeated words like and, so, well, but, basically, etc., which could be the words which are using while in your speech, in between of your speech, for supporting your speech. And thirdly, I will be monitoring the long pauses and the spaces between your speech. So as T. Modi said, so my take on the theme was like questioning the science. For me, it's not about science which helps you in questioning, but it's your own nature which helps you question everything. Science is basically just a study of the natural phenomena by experimentation and testing, which helps you trust it more than the previous methods which were used by humans. But basically questioning is the human nature to question everything. Thank you.
So now let's start with the first part of the session, prepared speech. The speaker will be attempting project 1, level icebreaker from the Pathway Dynamic Leadership. And the evaluator for this is Toastmaster Arindam, who will be providing the guidelines for this speech. Please welcome to the stage.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I will be not challenging now for some time because it was very interesting sitting there. I was eager to come here to speak about this topic which Atul has taken it there. I feel that like the same way, like the curiosity is there within all of us, and that ensures that the science provides the answers to all the questions. It also ensures that we evoke all of these questions to the science.
Today, anything which happens in this world, we ask them why it is happening. And someone is actually studying the science and providing those answers there. So it's the curiosity which is asking of us to ask those questions, and science is providing answers to all of these questions, which is also done by someone else like me or of us. So I will talk about the evaluation round for the speaker. Toastmasters giving his icebreaker speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of the public speech. He will be evaluated on clarity, on the gestures, on the audience awareness, on the different communication angles that what he has. Since it's the first speech, you will be also given a first time to just to see and come to the stage and then deliver it. Thank you. Back to you.
The first speaker has been a Toastmaster for last 4 months. He is an endurance runner. He loves to chase across the nature. And when I asked him a question on today's theme, he said that the theme is okay, the questioning is fine, but it should be based on logical reasoning and evidence. Please welcome onto the stage Toastmaster Satyendra. Satyendra, from my past self to previous self. Thank you. From my past self to present self, Satyendra.
Success is just a pile of failures you are standing on. I remember a young boy, underconfident and shy, who was afraid to read books in front of the class. He was so scared that he used to lay low in the class so that teacher wouldn't pick him up. And that, my friends, was me. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I was born in the center part of India, in a middle class family. I was that unknown and not so famous boy in the class, who had a dream to study in an IIT. So after completing my school, I started preparing for IIT JEE. But I fell short of rank and I couldn't crack it. Luckily, I also gave an interview and I was lucky to crack it. But I stood up my online counseling and it was pretty new to me. Finally, I had to settle with the state level engineering college from where I graduated. During the last semester of my graduation, I started preparing for a master's and I appeared for GATE. And this time, I was lucky enough to crack the exam and was admitted to IIT. And that's how my dream was fulfilled. Based on my experience, I can say that failures are common in everyone's life. All that matters is we move forward and never lose hope. Besides studies, I had few set of hobbies, and one of them was and is traveling. And I was introduced to traveling by my father, who was a civil engineer, who used to construct dams in the rural parts. He used to stay there for months while the construction was going on, and I was lucky enough to accompany him for weeks. We stayed in tents, in jungles where there was no electricity, and that's how I experienced camping. I recall another incident. During my graduation, my university had organized few programs, vacation programs. One of them was a 10-day trek to Manali and nearby places. The other one was a road trip from Indore to Leh. The later one was a bit expensive, so I opted for the trekking program. And that's how I was introduced to tracking. Till now, I have done a couple of tracks in Ladakh and southern part of India. I've been to Ladakh 2 times on bike, and my next immediate goal is to track to Everest Base Camp this year. My time during Masters was a life-changing experience for me. I have had the opportunity to be friends with some of the extraordinary personalities, and few of them were from defense. I especially want to mention one guy who is my inspiration and had made a lot of impact in my life. An Army paratrooper veteran, started running in his early 40s, completed Boston Marathon, ran Leh Ultra, conquered Mount Everest in 2020. Inspired from him, started running in 2013. At that time, I even couldn't run for 200 meters. But 4 months down the line, I completed my first 10K. Another 6 months, I saw myself finishing my first half marathon. And 2014 was the year I completed my first full marathon. Till now, I have completed few set of full marathons across Bangalore, Hyderabad and Mumbai. Based on my personal experience, I realized that you are as good as your company. Your company is what defines you and make you grow. Everyone's life has ups and downs, and my life was no exception. In 2019, I was injured and couldn't run for 10 months. And that was my peak of my running journey. I started thinking what I could do else to engage myself physically. So I started learning yoga. I learned handstand. And now my friends, that small younger boy is standing in front of you, starting on a new journey to improve on his communication skills so that I can articulate my thoughts and experience in a better manner. Over to you, Arun.
Thank you, Sunil, for the wonderful speech. Everybody here can relate to it. And I personally kind of linked it to the last week's meeting thing, resurrection. So basically his whole life till now has been a resurrection pathway. So a phrase that comes to my mind regarding your life is a setback is a setback. A setback is a setup for a comeback. Okay. So next person, now the juiciest part, the scariest part, the impromptu speech session. To conduct this, we have a person who plays badminton and volleyball in the morning. He does aero navigation in the noon, and he does trading in the night. A complete assimilation of different trades, right? Welcoming onto the stage, Toastmaster Akshay.
Thank you, P.M. Mittal, for the generous introduction. And there is a minor glitch here, so we are with that actually. So, good morning to distinguished guests and my fellow Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Good morning. I joined Toastmasters recently on 12th of February 2023, just 10 weekends before today, when I took the role of table topic master, and today again I am taking the role of table topic master. Hand on heart, I have seen a remarkable improvement in terms of my fear of public speaking, my addressing the audience, and there are n number of things on my list. The items on my list is countless. Definitely, the ambience of the club is applauding, which helped me a lot. But This feeling of accomplishment is because I was able to push myself harder in the first place and came up here to speak for myself. People might argue on the point that public speaking skill is not helpful in the personal life, but I can say with my example that public speaking is something which gives you enough confidence. When you come at this place, turn by turn, every weekend, gradually you gather that confidence to speak up for yourself when the time is right. So that was a little bit of motivation for everyone who wants to push them to this place and speak up today. Talking about the theme of the day, have you heard about Mariana Trench?
Yes.
So Mariana Trench is the deepest point on earth, and your topic TMOD today is deep like Mariana Trench. That's why I'm relating it to that topic. It is as deep as Mariana Trench, maybe more deeper than that. So we can talk about n number of topics related to science. We can question n number of things. So I have collected few topics from those things, and I'll give you those topics. You will come up here and you have to speak on those topics for 1 to 2 minutes. It's an impromptu session, as all of you know. So, DM Radha, would you like to pick up the flag bearer of the day? Start. So your topic for the day is, which subjects did you opted in 11th standard, science, arts or commerce? Did you regret your decision now, or you are proud of your decision?
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay. See, I can't be so nonchalant about saying this that I love science. 10th is very important for anybody's life because life turns after it. Like we come into a different phase. We don't know what will happen. And most of us want to be engineers, scientists, doctor. And for that you have to opt for science. So I was also one of those people. But seeing my grades, seeing my numbers, my teacher was kind enough to tell me, Radha, you are not good enough in science. You just can't opt for science. I convinced my parents. I'm the only, I have 2 siblings and they also opted for science. So eventually I also, followed their footpaths and be in science. But as destiny wanted me to do something better, so I turned out to be the first girl in both side family to choose commerce. And that's how my journey with numbers, with finance, with management, with accounts started. But you know what? What is the funniest part? I did my schooling from a Hindi medium school. So it's all about writing accounting in Hindi. Lavani khata, khata bhai, kacha chita. And my journey started and I had wonderful 2 years in school. And day 1, English medium, on board, Mr. Shah has written P&L account. And I was clueless, what the hell P&L account? How could I ask my another fellow, what is P&L account? I felt so humiliated to know that P&L account is nothing but profit and loss account, Lavani khata, which I was maintaining from last 2 years. All I want to say is, you want something, you get something else. But when you're going there, there are also different struggles, different things will pile up. But at the end, what you have to do is, just pick that up, give your best, and at the end, you'll be standing here and giving that speech about your journey. Thank you so much.
Just pick that up and do the best in that. That is the most important takeaway from your speech actually. For me, if I address this topic which I just mentioned, volleyball was the first love of my life. So because of that, I took physical education. At that time, I did not took the computer science. And later, I kind of regretted that decision because of the IT boom. But right now, you ask me, it is a kind of mixed feeling because I am an animation engineer and nowhere related to coding. So it's fine for me. So, Krishna, would you like to comment? Yes. So the table topic for the day is, do you think we should include basic finance as a subject for primary grades?
Okay. Good morning, everyone. So my topic is should we include the finance for the kids from the early basic or from the schooling side? So I would say yes. We have to add the financial things from very beginning, from the time childs can take these things inside, because if you see past, present or future, we are all very much close to the finance or close to the economy, right? So finance is very important. We can start from the home, whatever things related to marketing we have to parents are doing. It's good if we can start giving that opportunity to kids. They can start relating how to do the negotiation or bargaining or whatever. Second things, once they start going into the market, they keep learning the things. They get some more experience from there, and that is give them the more maturity. And then this could be a big this could be a subject for the kids as well moving forward if they want to make the career. So I saw a lot of CA, they are making a lot of money, doing less work compared to engineers, but right. So that is also comes by the kind of confidence, because they build from the kids. Their parents help them to build that confidence from the beginning, and then they get the by the experience they get on more experience in finance, and that is the reason they are very much ahead in terms of CA. So that's all from my side. Thanks, sir.
Whenever I think about this topic, I just give one simple example. For example, you invested 100 rupees for 1 year and you are expecting a return of 105. But next year you will get that particular item or any property for 107. Means you are already in loss. And I came to know this concept of inflation very late in my life. That if you are investing in any financial instrument which is degrading your original investment, that is a loss actually. You should learn about this in the very initial learning years of your life. That is the basic thing. So who wants to be the next person? Yeah, sure. So team Saurabh, the topic for the day is consider yourself a millionaire. Would you love to travel to Mars or use that money to upgrade your lifestyle?
First ever, if I had that much of money, I think in going to Mars and getting my lifestyle, scaling my lifestyle, I will do both. Will buy some land in the Mars. That is what I think that is the only good way to invest in the property. And here also, if I say skilling myself is fine, but if I have that much money, I could spend on uplifting the others also. So what I mean is orphanage, what I mean is old age home. So giving some amount of money to them and to prepare a kind of plan so that they can sustainably get the benefit of investment. Suppose I am investing somewhere and these organizations can improve, can generate growth, can generate money for themselves so they can be sustainable. I'd like to spend some money for them also. That is one thing. Others are, see, if you, after having so much money, there will not be a more wish for more money, getting more money. You are satisfied because your private is satisfied, you have a property and you have planned for Mars also, future Mars property also. So I think in that case, investing in India's future, like investing in the children. Investing in children, identifying their talent. So what I mean by identifying is there are few children who are very good in one subject or very good in one topic. So investing in them and sending them proper channel and proper proper scale so that they can go I don't know, if I get money then I will do it.
I will definitely second the team's sort of thought of philanthropy actually. If we are talking about the heaps of money right now, so if someone has that money, rather than experiencing the alien planet, we should spend on our society to upgrade it. So who wants to come next? Sure, Steve, please. In your opinion, who came first into this world? An egg or an hen? Or a hen?
So my topic is, in my opinion, who came first, the hen or the egg? Well, in my life, I have learned there are some topics you should not use your brain into. You should keep them rest the way they are. Instead, figure out if there are some ways to progress or get something out of that particular incident or journey which can help you building your life. Because there are, let me also bring this one point which I am learning recently, which is about practicing mind. So practicing mind is the one which lives in the present moment, and it doesn't think about the past or the future and spends its energy on all those things. Instead focuses on the present moment and what it needs to do. So if I think about this particular topic, I can think in that direction, that I should not be spending my energy in thinking who came the first, because there are no relevant data to figure that out, and going to the past. But definitely if we have a time machine, there might be a way we could figure that out to see what is happening in the past. Yeah, so that's all.
I will definitely again second that, because whenever I think of these ideas, I go back into the nostalgia during my summer vacations. In the school days, we used to discuss these things among the cousins, and still I have no answer. So, who wants to come next? Push yourself next. Yes, please. Okay, so your topic for the day is you have to choose one thing for your entire life. A mobile or a laptop. Which one do you choose?
Okay. The question is which one I have to choose in my life, mobile or laptop. If I consider myself, I will go for a laptop. The reason is very simple reason. If I have a mobile, every time I have to see the mobile. Nowadays, all the apps are installed in mobile, right? Starting from social media to food app or anything, right? This is spending more time on mobile. If I have a laptop, maybe I only use a specific time to do my work. If I want to go for a social media, then I'm going to use maybe during the evening for 1 hour using laptop, not using my mobile. There are different, there are other aspects as well, I would say health aspect. Now if you see all over the world, means like everyone says mobile like this, right? So it is, if you see in this way, I'm sure maybe after 5 years or 10 years down the line, there will be some syndromes, as spinal syndrome. It will happen to most of us, and if we do not take the precaution now, it will badly impact your health. So I would request everyone not to spend much time and looking us like this in mobile. Instead, your day-to-day work, please use laptop, and it will give you a very healthy life in future. Thank you very much.
Obviously, my father never used to allow me. First thing is that, but with time, I have a lot much contemplated on this thing that sports is very important, and obviously you should not force anyone into into it. But if anyone is interested, you should definitely support that person, because you learn so many things on the field which is very difficult to learn in a classroom or in tuition. It is very, very difficult. Team spirit, cooperation, and the list is complex. So that's my take on the last topic. I hope you enjoyed the tabletop session, and I will hand it over to team.
Be honest. Enjoyed it. Did you? Yes. Very compelling and very intuitive topics, right? So now we come on to the third session, the most awaited one, because that's what we are here for, the evaluation. So this round, this session, constructive feedback shall be given by the evaluator, who is very experienced in this, and we shall all benefit from his experience and become a better speech deliverer. Welcoming onto the stage, Toastmaster Piyush. Rishabh. Okay. Nice. You can go on. Okay. So a brief intro about him. He is a software engineer, and he told me that he loves to be around nature because he feels peace, and he is finding someone who can accompany him while he goes on to chase around the nature. But with remorse, I don't like moving around in nature. I like artificial things. So, moving.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. My take on questioning the science is that, as Toastmaster of the day, Atul pointed out that previously we used to believe that cigarette smoking was actually helpful to our health, and that was later discarded when people were found that smoking is cancerous. The current trend, what is being said is that a actual man, so the trend that which is going is a person who eats meat is actually the real man. It's hard for everyone to digest right now, but yes, this might also get disrupted in future, that no, meat eating is not at all manly. It is not something that is done for gaining that macho thing, or it is just a propaganda by the marketing team to sell cigarettes before and to sell meat now. On that note, I would like to actually introduce our speech evaluator who would be evaluating our speaker, Toastmaster Arindam. Please welcome him on the stage.
Okay, so now, good afternoon to everyone. And to special thank you for at least guiding us for your entire life. I think Toastmasters are Satendra, I think your speech was full of anecdotes, quotations, and different parts of your life, which was interesting for me, not only for me, I think for the entire audience to know about your life and what are the things you have been doing in the life and why you have done it. I think thank you so much for sharing this with all of us. I think I have this great evaluation into two parts there. The first thing I think I should definitely talk about that you have taken first step. So the quotation reads like a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single first step, and that's what you have taken today. I mean, thank you so much to take it for the first step there. So I think the voice clarity was awesome. I think it was not looking like you are delivering the first speech. We can hear you well, we can understand you well, and every word and everything will be continued. So I think kudos to you for that. Engaging, right? Your speech was full of anecdotes and the quotes there. I think we know why you started with marathon, why you are keep running from there, the person who will be you in the class and the person who are right now, why you are there. So we can at least get an entire phases of your life there. I think you had multiple anecdotes there. I felt two things which you can learn and which you can starting journey and we should definitely do it. The first is the vocal variety. I think way you delivered the speech, it was very clear, but the transitions, it was something missing. And it is very common to all of us. In fact, to me, I also do not do a good transition when my speech is present. So the tone sometimes, or the voice, or sometimes, or the volume and the pauses, you can take it well. For example, when you are giving a quotation like this, you could say that, like you said, like the failures is common in everyone's world, everyone's life, but you have to keep moving. So I think if I was saying that, I would have said like failures is common in everyone's life, but you have to keep moving. So that the focus, the energy, it comes to the second part. That's the way you can relate it. The second thing was the gestures, and then I find the gestures very common across the speeches there. It was always the same thing there, and which was good, but you can also definitely use your gestures according to what you are saying there. That basically helps the audience to also know and relate to it. So that was the I think learning part there. Overall, I was very happy to know about you, yourself, your journey, entire thing, and I definitely look forward to your speech again. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Toastmaster Arindam. As a general evaluator, I would be evaluating the meeting from start to finish, and I have actual engineers as a tag team. All our members in our tag team are an engineer, and it is my pleasure to actually work with them, and they will be supporting me in this role. I would like to introduce Toastmaster Anil for giving out the timers. Please welcome Toastmaster Anil.
So timer report is ready. So I would like to share the report with you now. So first, coming to the prepared speaker, Satyendra, you spent 5 minutes 8 seconds. And then coming to the speech evaluator, Arindam, you have completed the evaluation in 3 minutes 19 seconds. And I would like to come to the table topics now. Radha, you spent 2 minutes 10 seconds. And Krishna, you spent 1 minute 47 seconds. Saurabh, 1 minute 55 seconds. Sorry. Prazim, 1 minute 3 seconds. Mukul, 1 minute 33 seconds. Nahush, 1 minute 49 seconds. And Kaushika, 1 minute 47 seconds. So good that there are no disqualifications today. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Anil. Now I would like to call Prasim for giving out the R counter report.
So, as I present my report, I would like to say today we will be a little nonchalant regarding the uses of the filler words and crutch words. So, as I do, I think we just focus on the crutch words or filler words used by the speakers, and we should focus on so that they can improve their speeches. So, first coming with Mr. Malaya, basically, and are the used in the speeches. Atul, are and so that were used. Koshika, R was used 4-5 times. Arindam, R was used 5 times. Kudos to Toastmaster Satyen. I was not able to figure out any R's or crutch words. So Toastmaster Akshay, so was used once. Toastmaster Radha, I was not able to figure out much crutch words there. Toastmaster Krishna, I think A is used a lot. So please focus on that. And then Toastmaster Saurabh, not much, A once and so twice. Toastmaster Nahush, Nahush. R was used twice, so and X, and was used once and once. Kaushika was used five times, and Rishabh A was used twice. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prasim. It so happens that whenever we are at our counter, we tend to always listen for that pauses, that ahs, that ums, and we actually forget what the speaker is talking about. A huge round of applause to Toastmaster Prasim for actually taking that area and disregarding hearing the speaker speaking. Now I would like to call our grammarian, Toastmaster Kaushika.
So I'll start with Toastmasters Atul, Theo Modi. So he had good usages of the language. He used some very interesting words like paradigm, which is like a typical example of something, like endurance runner, like you're pursuing something, you're getting, trying to get something. Setback is set up for comeback. Oh, that was a nice punchline. And then complete assimilation of different traits. Assimilate is like to gather things, right? So good usages of words in that way. Toastmaster Atul Modi. And next I would go to Toastmasters Arindam. He used the word nonchalant. That was very good. So, and a few other words like anecdotes and quotations. And then journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. I think that's what you took from his speech, right? It was not what Toastmaster Toastmaster Satyendra said in the speech. That's something which you took away from the speech, I think. So that was a nice, good takeaway. And vocal variety. So you were describing how he said his speech, and gestures and all those were good usages of words. And for Toastmaster Satyendra, good usages like lay low is like you're trying not to like be very to show people who you are. You're like trying to conceal something. And screwed up, so that was good. Like he messed up with something. Life-changing experience, articulate my thoughts. So these were some good usages. And next is our table topics masters, Toastmasters Akshay. You have a list, a big list. So glitch in something like an error in what you did, and the ambience of the club. So that was a good usage. That is the surrounding, and applauding my accomplishments, like you're cheering around what you did. Flag bearer is a classic Akshay, Toastmasters Akshay's usage. So I heard him use that multiple times. And second, the thought for philanthropy. So that was again a good usage. Nostalgia is like you're trying to recall something from the past. So that was used by Toastmasters. And contradictory idea is something which does not agree with a different point of view. And next is Toastmasters Krishna. And certain usages of the word are do the negotiation, build confidence. So yeah, that was good. Some takeaways from your speech. And next is Toastmasters Prasim. So that was it was good that he said, like when he was asked the question, he came up with something like, okay, I don't use your brain for certain things. Yeah, don't waste your energy or use your. So it was a good way to convey something. No relevant data. Not spend my energy to figure it out. Yeah, so you are trying to asked a given a question, how do you respond to it? So it was a very good way to respond. And Toastmasters Radha, you used the word nonchalant, and that was very, very good. And ingenious, destiny wanted me to do better, so that gave a very good perception of what you were striving for. And what the hell? So yeah, sometimes it's like what the hell? So pick that up. Okay, so it's like you're trying to think what you want to do, what skills you want to achieve. Okay, and then I think I did Toastmasters Saurabh. So you had a few usages like all over the world and like getting everywhere. And then syndromes is like you have some, you're detected with something, you have some symptoms. And take precautions, so you think you be very careful of certain things, and you be so that was a good usage. And TM Nahush, Toastmasters Nahush, you had a few good words like lavish and all resources, like you had all the resources like time, money, and so you had access to certain things, so you could build on certain things. You had the guts to do something, so that was a good usage of few good words. And again, TM Saurabh again, Toastmasters Saurabh, uplifting others, like you're trying to help others. And sustainability, so sustainability, you're thinking of the environment, and that was very well way you conveyed your thoughts. Humanity will grow, so yeah, that was also a good takeaway. So you're like saying for everyone and for the people, better good of the people. And Toastmasters Rishabh, I think you used a few words like disrupted and propaganda. Disrupted is like to completely destroy something, and propaganda is like you're spreading something. So that was good. Those two words were good usages. So I think that. Yeah. Thank you.
Toastmaster Kaushika not only gave us a word, nonchalant, which we have all heard about, but we rarely use it in our verbal communication. She has forced us to use nonchalant in our speaking style. And on top of that, she has made us such a detailed report that every one of us knows what the good usages of words are and good usages of phrases are. A huge round of applause to her. Now, I would be giving my evaluation for the meeting from start to finish. To start with, when I came, Toastmaster Saurabh, our SAA, also had come, and he immediately went onto the board and started writing down the meeting rules. Just one thing that I also made a mistake was that it's not. Oh wow! That's okay. It's not Whitefield Toastmasters. It's Whitefield Toastmasters. We are not singular. On top of that, it was a great put up by you, Toastmaster Saurabh, and it was your first role over here, and it's really out there right now that yes, you have come and taken up a role, and on top of that, you also took up a table topic. And you gave a great session of at least 1 minute. So that's a great thing by you. One thing I would like to highlight is that you can write down the level in which the speakers are giving the speech for, so that everyone knows that yes, it's an icebreaker or it's any level project. That's one thing. And next, I would like to say that our DTM Mazahir, our presiding officer, he was so nonchalant that he was there standing and making us stand over there and having chit chat when it was past 11 a.m. It gave us an impression, yes, we are allowed to do that sometimes. It's not always about being punctual. It's okay to be late and to actually purposefully make it late. So that's a great impression that our presiding officer leaves upon our members over here and our guests. So when our presiding officer came onto stage, he not only made our first vote taker comfortable, but he applauded him in a way that we have never seen. Any of our members, we have never seen this way of applauding him. So that's a great thing done by our presiding officer. I rarely have anything that I can tell him that we can improve on. But yes, if I find something, I would definitely. Now, I would like to also say that our presiding officer gave a great introduction about our PMOD, our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Abdul. It was a great introduction. One thing that led to another was that our Toastmaster of the day could not introduce me as the general evaluator, which was one thing that we can incorporate in the subsequent meetings. But apart from that, our Toastmaster of the day was flamboyant. He was introductions. He has messaged every one of us, every role taker, and he asked each and every one of them, what is your take on science? I purposefully did not reply to him on that because I wanted to give my own impression on the stage here. But it's a great step. It's your first role as a PMOD. Huge congratulations. Now, when you called upon the speaker as well, our speaker, Toastmaster Satyendra, he was sitting there nonchalantly, and when he came onto the stage as well, we got to know that he was smiling. It was his icebreaker, but he was so relaxed, so nonchalant that we felt that it's a level 2 project or something that he is giving a speech on. A great speech by you. Congratulations. A huge round of applause for you have left us with a great impression that even if we are somewhere where we don't want to be, our efforts can push us to great heights. Coming to tabletop master, Toastmaster Akshay, wow. Whenever he is on the stage or wherever he is standing there also, he's smiling. He has a smile on his face throughout the session, throughout his speeches, and that makes us comfortable that yes, you don't need to be worried about. A table topic master is someone like a teacher who makes a student stand and say, oh, you have to read this chapter verse. So when you imagine your teacher, that your teacher is smiling and she is comfortable to you and she is uplifting you to actually come here and speak. So that's what our table topic master, Toastmaster Akshay did. Huge round of applause. One more thing that the topics that he chose, everyone was able to speak for more than 1 minute. So the topics were pretty interesting. When I was thinking about the topics, I had to say in one thing or the other in all the topics. So when you are sitting in your chairs right now, you would also feel that same. And therefore, that makes it actually much easier for a speaker to actually come here on the stage and speak. One thing that I would like to moderate is that for the next time, if you know that a seasoned Toastmaster is coming on the stage, give him a harder topic. That will push him. Now, there are a couple of things that I would like to highlight is that whenever we are giving a speech while standing here, try not to fold your arms like this. It's a general step that I would like to tell, because it gives that you are very close, you are restricted, you are trying to restrict yourself, you are not open to the audience. So try not to fold your arms, or whenever a table topic master has given you a speech, a topic, you do not need to look at the table topic master while speaking, you need to speak to the audience as well. There's one last thing that I would like to say, that whenever we have the word of the day nonchalant, what it means is that whenever a speaker actually says the word of the day, you always give him a thumbs up. There are two folds of that thing. One is that it motivates the speaker that yes, he has given an effort of using that word in his speech, and the second is that it makes you that yes, you are attentive and you are listening to the speaker as well. So in the next meetings, everyone please give a thumbs up to the speaker whenever he uses the word of the day. That's it for me, a wrap from my side. Thank you so much, it was a great meeting. I'll hand it to my Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Atul.
A wonderful session today. So his point that we should not hold hands, right? That was a great insightful remarks. And concluding the session, and after hearing all your feedback over the theme of the topic, I can conclude it with the thing that we all believe that we belong to a category of person with scientific temperament. We all feel so for ourselves. And we have been I think most of you will agree that we have been subjugating ourselves with different kind of products and supplements or food items that have been shown to be the most validated and the most researched ones. But now we cannot be sure. We have to be judgmental about the things that we are putting inside. So we need to have a critical remark over those things, and we need to challenge the knowledge systems that have been propagating those things. So passing on to the presiding officer today. Hello.
Thank you so much. So two things that I'm really horrible at. Number one, I think it was Mukul who gave that example, right? Saying that we all will be like this only after some time, looking at the phone, laptop versus phone, right? And the very first thought that came to my head, I think most of us can relate. The moment tabletop master comes on the stage and gives a topic, apart from the person he calls, or she calls, everybody else starts thinking immediately on their feet. If that person was me, I would have said this. So the moment I thought mobile phone versus laptop, I was actually going to say laptop. Because I was only thinking about WhatsApp. And now WhatsApp can be operated on laptop also. Like, why do I need my mobile? Because anyway, people are like so anti-mobile nowadays. You become mobile, you be like this, eyesight and all that, whatnot possible, right? Parents can relate with me, they tell the children, don't watch mobile phone this much. Put it on the far and all of that, right? Kids are watching that. I'm so sorry, apologize for not looking at you because I was busy sending 3 things to our people. Number 1, all of us in our meeting have received the voting link. I'll give you some time, please pick up your phone, your WhatsApp. Please vote for the best vote there, today's meeting, best auxiliary vote there, best tabletop master. 3 of them. Start doing that right now. Once I have the result in my phone, I'll announce that. The second thing that I would like to announce is that I definitely agree with Rishabh that it's okay to relax our meeting as well. By the way, we are known in the fraternity to start our meeting a minute or 2 earlier. By the way, that's how we start our meeting at White Toastmaster, 10:58, 10:59 or so. Unless we really have like a large agenda, we'll make sure. But today was a relaxed agenda, so we kept it that way. Number 1. Number 2, it's also good for us to experience places where we can improve. Right? It's for us to reflect. Right? Only then you'll be able to improve. Otherwise, only if somebody will keep telling this is we need to improve, this is we need to improve, this is we need to improve. Until it comes from within, it usually doesn't happen. Having said that, in the world or life is too short to learn from our own mistakes. You always need to look at others and say, oh, I think if this was done in this way, it would have been better. Can I implement that in my life? Right? There was a topic about Bill Gates being there. I think Bill Gates was lucky because he was in USA. There's a theory. Somebody has written that he would not be successful if he was born in India. And if you want to understand a bit more about it, the whole reason about his aunt who used to work in a big company and all of that, the way how he got his chance to introduce Windows to a company and all of that, itself is right there. So it's just not your hard work, it's just not what you really think about, but it also that you need your love also to be in this. Another thing is, and I totally agree with what David Master said, that whatever you can think from now for about 10 years, is at the element of work. You talk about Elon Musk, you talk about Bill Gates, you talk about Steve Jobs, you talk about anybody who has made a significant change. They made it before time. And it's proven that if you don't stick to the world with them what they want, even the biggest company sees failure, such as Microsoft with their phone, such as Nokia when they refused to change their system to Android. And at one point, and I remember between 2003 to about 2009 or 10, even if a second-hand Nokia phone will have about 60% of its value still there in the market. You can buy it for 3K, you can sell it for 1,500. I remember that. You can buy it for 7,000, you can still sell it for 4,000 because Nokia. I was also using HTC, and nobody's ready to buy it for 8%. Like, oh god, okay, that was so bad. Having said that, I hope you are voting and must have voted, so it's going to help me with the vote line. Second thing that I said is for our division contest. It is open to all, whether you're a Toastmaster or a guest. We welcome you to come to Atkins upcoming Saturday, where you will hear Vaishak, who's competing from our club for international speech contest.
and yours truly will be there for the speech evaluation contest at a division level. I pray to God and I would need your cheers that I hope we both win and we move on to district level. That's another event which is happening and it's free for us to attend. So please go ahead and do that. If you guys are here next month for the weekend of May 27-28, Toastmaster Radha spoke about the annual event of different districts. For District 92, which we all are part of, we call it Coronation. Coronation 2023 is happening on May 27-28 at Hilton Manada. Now these tickets are available at a cost. The cost is because if you're coming to an event at a 5-star, there's a per plate food charge. I'm part of the committee, so I'm telling you that even if you find a fun night, the price is at a particular point where this will include 2 drinks and a food, which is about 2K plus GST. So even if you're paying about 2,500 extra, it is dot to that. If you're free for that particular weekend and you know it and you should be able to make it, please go ahead and register. For some unfortunate reason, if you can't, these tickets are transferable. Let's say tomorrow I happen to buy a ticket and I can't make it, I can ask Prasim if he wants to go or not. And let's say Prasim says yes, I can actually give it to you. So it is transferable, but it's on members. Right now there is an early bird going on. Early bird is somewhere around 4,200, which is for 2 days. So go ahead and register yourself, pay for it. If tomorrow you can't, trust me, reach out to me, I'll be able to figure out somebody who will be then buying it for around 6,000 or something just for 2 days. So it is definitely going to go up. Reason because when they sell an early bird, they usually go either break even or slightly lesser, considering they might be able to sell some more tickets. There's a link that I forwarded to each one of you for Coronation 2023. If you guys are free, please register for it. It's going to be a life-changing event, I promise you. Alright, moving on. Now, should I have the result available? Let me take a look at this right now. Thank you. Alright, so I'll start with the best role player for today's meeting. And I can tell you that it takes a lot to come on the stage and deliver any role. Right? Whether, you may see me as a very comfortable speaker, but I know what I'm thinking. I know how nervous I am inside. I'm always thinking about what is the second sentence that I'm going to say. I would like to especially have a huge round of applause and let's give a kudos to 2 role players who did this role for the very first time. So General Evaluator Prasim. And our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster. Thank you so much for taking up these roles for the first time. But let's give a better round of applause to the winner of Best Role Player, Tabletop Master. Take that one step, your journey doesn't begin, is what I feel. We can do a code and all that, but not possible. But I think it's that courage that you require to come on the stage. Toastmaster Saurabh was telling me I'm so nervous. I said it's okay. We all understand. It does happen to us. Unless we become comfortable on the stage. First get comfortable. The second step to know what you want to say. And the third step to deliver. Comfortable, know what you're going to say. And then you will do it when you're more. So I think Akshay has probably kind of mastered both of them is towards the last part, and I would love to see everybody doing that. Moving on to the best auxiliary role player or supporting role player, and this award goes to Gram Nazi, Toastmaster Akshay. So Rishabh was talking about when you do happen to do a role in any particularly given example of an account, it's so possible that you actually forget what the speaker is saying because you're so busy listening to that and all. Having said that, what not possible. But what it actually tells you, and I've heard this from another Toastmaster, I don't know where she quoted this from, I don't know the sources, I don't know about it, but she says, nobody comes to a Toastmaster meeting to become a better accountant, to become a better timer, to win a grammar person award, right? You all come here, you practice these skills so you can implement that to your personal and professional life. So if you're doing a role of a grammarian, accountant, timer, it's only because you know the value of these things. Next time, when you happen and when you're asked to do a speech or a presentation at your work, I'm very sure if you're a Toastmaster, you're definitely going to ask them, how much time do I have? And if they say 15 minutes, I'm sure you'll be cognizant that at 10, I need to be at this particular point because that's when the green card is and you'll be running in your head. Next time when you will go and attend a meeting where there's a CEO speaking or an MD speaking, I'm sure you'll be able to notice those ahs and ums and clutches they're using. And if there is a speaker who's not speaking that well for grammar, you will realize this is what we learn in Toastmasters. The stage is important. The learnings are important. Don't leave them here when you walk out of the room. Take them with you so that you apply them in your personal life. I believe that's the real question. Whether we question science or not, it doesn't matter. It's there in our life. From the very beginning of our day about inventing of a toothbrush, maybe it's a science, right? To the time when you sleep, right? Those beds and your pillows and the covers that you use and everything, right? That's all science. So it's part of us, right? But what is that skill that you hear? How much of it are you learning? How much are you planning to gain? And how much are you planning to retain? Spread the words about Toastmasters, spread the word about Whitefield Toastmasters. This has certainly been one of the greatest meetings so far in a relaxed manner. On that note, I would like to officially adjourn the meeting and we can come over here for a picture. Thank you so much.